In the cartoon, The Lion King, if you've watched The Lion King, there is a scene where Scar, is it Scar? It's not Scar, sorry. It's Rafiki. Rafiki, the seer, the wise one, is talking to Simba. Now, Simba has lost his dad. Simba has gone through the whole process of growing a whole lion. Growing with, I don't know, is Timon a rat or something, or a mouse? I can't remember. Timon and Pumbaa. I think Pumbaa is a pig, right?
I'd gravel at your feet.
Stop it. It's not gravel, it's grovel.
So imagine a lion that grows with these animals that are less than or lesser than. And the lion is just comfortable just being something else but the king of the jungle. And he goes through life. He's happy throughout the entire process. Like you watch The Lion King, he has a nice life. He's fine. He's good. But then he has a mission. He has something that he's running away from, that he hasn't completed, so to speak. A chapter in his experience as Simba, the Lion King, that he hasn't experienced. But just because he has detoured from being Simba doesn't stop him from being a lion and doesn't stop him from being the rightful king, right? His life experience needed him to go through that process where he meets these fantastic friends who help him through life. It's been a long time I watched Lion King. Why is all of this coming to me right now? I did not know I was going to talk about this. So please just receive this transmission because it was meant to find you if you found it. And if you found it, send it to someone else because you never know who might need to see it. This is coming through and I'm loving it because I feel like Nami gets this message today. And so through this process, right, Simba has a really nice life as a lion that is living in the jungle with his other nice friends. But there is a particular scene in the movie in Lion King where Simba is looking at I think he's looking at his reflection in the water or something, and Rafiki had just gone through like a meditation, and he connects with the father, Mufasa, and Rafiki connects with Simba, and Simba looks in the ocean and sees his reflection, and Rafiki says to Simba, remember who you are. Remember who you are. And there is, whatever thing that goes on in Simba's head, and he remembers.
Simba, you have forgotten me.
No. How could I?
You have forgotten who you are, and so forgotten me. Look inside yourself, Simba. You are more than what you have become. You must take your place in the circle of life.
How can I go back? I'm not who I used to be.
Remember who you are. You are my son, and the one true king. Remember who you are.
No, please, don't leave me.
Remember.
Father!
Remember.
Don't leave me.
And I remember that scene very clearly. In fact, the very first time I watched Lion King, that scene always stayed in my mind. Remember who you are. And that's where we find Simba running back and going back to the jungle or to the village or to the pride and, connecting with his girl and with his family and going back to take his rightful place as Simba. And then I think after that is when he has the fight with Scar.
For so long. Ow! Jeez, what was that for?
It doesn't matter. It's in the past.
Yeah, but it still hurts.
Oh, yes, the past can hurt. But the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. Ah, you see? So what are you going to do?
First, I'm gonna take your stick.
No, not a stick. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going back!
Go on, get out of here!
And this is very significant. I am someone who has gone through life in so many zigzaggery ways. And I have come to a point in my experience of this beautiful life, which I'm so thankful for, where I just love the drama. I love and appreciate the drama that is my life. I love the unexpected experiences. I love the tension. I love the contrast. Well, now as I look back in retrospect, I appreciate the drama, the chaos of my beautiful life. And I feel like it's this chaos that makes life that much more meaningful. Because what's life if it's not up and down, if it's not zigzaggy, if it's not confusing sometimes, and it's not like a ride, you know? What's life? You don't want to just come here and have fun and have a good time, right? This experience is meant to be bumpy. This experience is meant to go all the ways south and all the ways back and forth. And if you're feeling like you're not where you're meant to be right now, you're wrong, because where you are right now is where you're supposed to be. If you were not here, you cannot go there. If you were not here, you cannot prepare for what's next. If you were not here, you cannot get the things, the skills, the wisdom, the knowledge, the experiences, the people. There's going to be lots of people just coming into your life, and they are part of that process. If you were not here, there is no way that you connect with those people, you see. But the other thing I've come to understand about life is just because you are, well, the way we say you are where you're meant to be, doesn't mean that you cannot jump and move into whatever next step that you want in the moment that you feel like jumping. And trust me, I have experienced what it feels like to be stuck, what it feels like to not be able to move, no matter how many motivational videos you watch on YouTube, no matter how many books you read. I have books all over my house, right? No matter how wise and all-knowing you think you are, there's just sometimes in your life where you cannot move. You know that where you are can be better. You know that you can do better, but you just can't move. You can't take the leap. You cannot jump. And so you watch YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video, and you just feel stuck. Let me share with you something really small that has helped me in my life. Now, remember the story of Simba. Simba had to hear a word, right? That was, remember who you are. Sometimes all you need is a word. All you need, it might be the word I'm sharing with you right now. That's why I don't stop writing. That's why I don't stop talking and chitty-chattity. I'm always on, because someone was on for me to step up and get away from my fuckery. And I feel like somehow I could be on for someone else, whether that is whatever it is, whether I write or I speak or I rap or I do music, whatever it is. If I show up for myself, I am showing up for someone else, just the way other people have shown up for me. And so anyway, sometimes what you need is a word. The question is, what do you do when you receive the word? We are on social media every day. We're getting all this inspiration every day. And we say, that was so deep. I needed to read this right now. Oh, you wrote this for me. Thank you so much. And then you save the post and you leave a comment. And then you go into another, distraction. And now that quick motivation that you received, it has died there. Because in that moment where you're typing, this was for me, thank you, you have exercised and utilized that energy that you were supposed to use to take action into the next thing. So here's what has really helped my life. Taking very tiny decisions and checking them off and moving on to the next thing. And I call this a tiny, tempting project. A tiny, tempting project is the littlest, most important, valuable thing that you can commit yourself to starting right now, with a timeline that is not more than 2 to 3 months. A tiny, tempting project. Something that you can commit to, something that you can create, something that will take your mind away from worrying and overthinking, something that will take you from where you are right now to the next step, to the next step, to the next step. You need a tiny, tempting project. For example, in my life, I want to write books, right? I want to publish lots and lots of books. And I say this to myself all the time. I'm not throwing it out there like one big, gigantic goal, but it is a dream. And so a tiny tempting project is to write a small ebook that I can share with my followers right now, or write a small ebook that I can, release in the next 3 months. And so every morning when I wake up, I commit myself to the task of writing. That's a tiny project. Every morning I wake up, I have something to look forward to because I'm working on a small subset of my bigger dreams or my bigger aspirations. And so if you really want to take a leap and take a jump, you have to take the very small step in front of you, starting where you are right now. And don't play that game of, I need something and I need something else. And if I don't have this, then I cannot do that. You have exactly what it is that you need right now, where you are right now. You're just not seeing it. I remember the first time I read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. In that book, there was a particular sentence, and I'm going to paraphrase now. And Napoleon says, do not ask for more riches. Ask for the wisdom to see the riches that you already have. I'll never forget that. I'm probably paraphrasing right now, but it's something along those lines. And I always remember that word. Do not ask for more riches. You already have it. There's already abundance all around you. Ask for the wisdom to see what you have so that you can start using it. We always have something. I really have come to understand that life will never leave you empty. We always have something. There's always something. There's always something in the cup. There's always something in the house. There's always something in your hand. There's always something in your heart. And without wisdom, you cannot know what to do with what it is that you have. So let's start asking for wisdom and vision. And let's start taking the tiny, small steps towards the person that we said that we want to be. Let us remember who we are. I hope that helped. What was all of that rambling? Let me come back. How are you feeling today? Hey, spiritual Tony. Hi, Tony. How are you feeling? I'm back. That was such a good transmission. Hello, reflection. It's so good to see you.